this video, I'm going to be replacing the oil level sensor on my BMW Z4 with the N20 engine. If you ever try to take a reading of your oil level and nothing comes up, this is probably the culprit. This part goes for under $100 and shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to replace. Let's get straight to it and get it done. In my case, I actually had a code for oil level condition sensor missing, which is why I'm replacing mine. So I used my Creator C501 to scan my BMW Z4 N20 engine, and the reason why I wasn't getting the oil, not condition, but the oil level, and this is the error that I get, oil condition sensor missing. So let's figure out what's going on and get it replaced. I just wanted to cut in and say that you should be doing this job in conjunction with an oil change. Just because you're going to be doing half of the same steps as an oil change, so might as well do it at the same time. Since you're going to be draining the oil, you should be changing the oil filter and replacing the drain plug at the same time. I just quickly put the car in jack stand since it makes it a lot easier to work and gives me a ton of space to crawl under there. Now that we're under the car, you're just going to look for the oil pan plug. Now that we have taken off the underbody protection, we're gonna go under the car. So front of the car, crawl underneath, and we're gonna go a little bit further in until we get to the oil pan. So this is the oil pan, that's where you drained the oil earlier. And as you can see, that's the sensor in question that we're gonna be replacing. We're just gonna use a 10mm to take these bolts off. Take it out. Now that I have both sensors out, you can see they're slightly different. This one came from a 2015 engine, which is the engine I have in my car right now. And this came from the original engine from this car that I have replaced about half a year ago. So I believe my issue is that this sensor isn't, or actually this sensor, the newer one, isn't working with the computer from a 2012 car. So I'm going to put the old one in and see if it works. If it does, I'll just replace it with a brand new one, as it's a fairly easy thing to do. It doesn't take a lot of work. It's only a 10-minute job. Now we're just going to put our replacement back in. Okay. Put a screw in with the other just to get it in there. Now I have my torque wrench. It's kind of hard to show you on the video. It is set to 8.5 Newton meters or 75 pound-feet of, or actually inches of torque. Let's get it nice and tight. There you go, you heard the click. 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 Don't tighten it anymore, it's done. Now let's plug it back in, and we're done under the car. For the sake of not making the video too long, I already replaced the drain plug as well as the filter. All right, so we're at 4.5 quarts. Let's go start the car and warm it up. Now that we have replaced the sensor, I started the car. I'm gonna let it warm up, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go and reset the codes. Clear out all of the codes so we can make sure that the new sensor is working properly. As you can see, I have the oil condition sensor missing, so I'm going to reset this code. Clear the codes. Alright. Just double check. No fault codes. We're going to check the oil level next. And the car, of course, must be running for this. So you're going to press this reset button and hold it for a few seconds until you get a that. Let go, and now you can scroll with your scroller on the stock right here, up and down, until you get to the oil icon. Then just press the BC button. Okay, oil says okay. I just measured it for the first time off camera. Now, just to show you that it's working properly. It took about 5 minutes, so I didn't want to film the whole thing. As you can see, everything's working now, and the sensor was at fault. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it helped you troubleshoot your own car and get it fixed. It is really important that these cars have the correct amount of oil in the engines. BMW, especially the N20 engine, if it starts with oil, it is basically catastrophic. Trust me, I know. I have the original engine right there. After the chains and all that stuff kind of blew up on it. So make sure that your engine has the proper amount of oil. Don't hesitate on getting that changed. Get it done. It's not very expensive. It was only about, $50 to $100 for the sensor and 10 minutes of work. I recommend doing it during an oil change, since you're going to be draining the oil and doing all of that stuff anyway. In any case, if you guys could like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.